I'm here, Wendy Sloan, at the Jeff Walker product launch formula, and the lady who was sitting in front of me is just fascinating from the UK. And please tell us your name.
My name is Yinka Ewala.
And we had a very interesting conversation about her work and a poster that she heard about that was put up in a school. Can you please tell us a little bit about that and your feelings?
Being in Phoenix at the moment, I've had the opportunity to hear some Phoenix local news, and I heard about a poster put up in a library, I think it was, of a school, which basically said words to the effect of girls, you know, yes, you can come to school looking fabulous and brilliant, but if you do, that will cause a distraction to some boys, which may well cause them to get bad grades and then end up they will end up becoming unemployed and feckless, and that would have been all of your doing, and more importantly, because you looked cute today, you guys will probably get together and you'll end up financially supporting them, all because you decided to come to school looking cute today. And that really annoyed me for so many different reasons. But I think what it just shows is while, you know, people, you know, there was a lot of uproar about the poster and they took it down, the fact is that is much of the world still thinks that way. Much of the world asks women to take responsibility for things that aren't their responsibility. Much of the world expects us to play small or to downplay whatever it is going on with us for the sake of not making others feel bad or others feel small. And actually that isn't serving the world at all. You know, the way that we best serve the world is by being the best version of us, by you know, sharing our gifts, you know, generosity.
Is it different in the UK, or do you see that in the same sort of gender difference in the UK?
Oh, it's very common in the UK, and then some. I think we also have cultural issues in the UK when it comes to kind of mindset and wealth and those kinds of issues. So there are additional challenges that are not just gender focused in the UK. So I think it adds an additional level of oppression for women. And I just think that ultimately we are stronger we're stronger together by being stronger, not by trying to diminish one side or the other side. And so I just felt really passionately about the fact that, you know, a poster like that is the way that some people think, and we need to address that, not just for the girls who may well think about what they're going to wear tomorrow, but actually for the boys. You know, if they get bad grades, that's on you. You can't go around blaming the world for the things that go wrong in your life. So I just thought that poster was fascinating. It was great to meet you, Wendy. I hope you're having a great time today as well. So.
And I just wanted to ask you also about in the UK, going back, you had mentioned earlier that you like to help women be good entrepreneurs or have a business sense or a marketing sense with their business. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Yes, I'm hoping to launch a product, but I have a business, well, it's based around the concept of your best self, being a woman. And as I said in our conversation, so much of the world we live in is more about telling us what we can't do. We can't have it all. We can't be a wife and a mother and run a successful business, or if we can't have it all at the same time. There are so many can'ts and don'ts and negative talk that turns into negative self-talk. And so my business is to really support women to be able to make the best use of every moment, to really look at efficiency and you know, great marketing, great efficiency, and just ensure that they get the fullness of the life that they were called to live. And so my role and my desire is to really support women to make the very best use of their time, to make the very best use of the things that we're great at as women, like networking and collaboration, and running fantastic businesses on our terms and defining success as we need to define it for us as women.
You ever think of it as geometric shapes, that in the male-dominated society it's more like a triangle, you know, the hierarchy, and where us as women it seems like we're more like circles, or we try to include.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more, and I think because we do grow up in such a patriarchal society, we think of success as linear, as triangular, as hierarchical, and actually as women that isn't necessarily, it isn't how we succeed, not even as humans, it just isn't. But, you know, concepts about life are about the natural world is circular. We talk about the circle of life. We talk about cycles, and that isn't by accident. These hierarchical structures are often man-made, but it is about going back to more natural ways of working together and collaborating so that we all succeed. And I'm very much a believer that there's a big enough pie for all of us to take as much as we need out of it, and for there to still be loads left over.
And you also mentioned something that you have a system to help people to be more efficient. I think with us women, we multitask quite a bit. And can you tell me about your system?
Multitasking will be the death of you. I wrote a post on that a few months back, and I actually will send it to you, Wendy, because multitasking isn't multitasking at all. It's actually science has discovered that when we switch from one task to another, the distraction and time loss is actually 27 minutes. So multitasking is the thing that's holding us back, and what we need is what Jeff often calls monomaniacal focus, and Robin Sharma talks about it as well.
Like chunking of time?
Yeah, it isn't about doing lots of things at once. It's about doing one thing as far as you can go, focusing on absolutely nothing else, and then going to the next thing. But there are a number of different ways of making the best use of our time and our resources as women. It isn't just about everything you lay your hand to do. There's a really famous saying, it's not what you know but who you know, and that's often spoken about the way that women do business or interact, but actually it's what you do with who you know that really makes a difference and helps you to success. So that's what the system is based about. I'm hoping at Product Launch Formula to get some more clarity on that, so I'm really looking forward to
I'm going to ask you a question that we hadn't talked about, just out of the blue. How does this affect your love life or relationship with men? You being a strong woman, do you attract strong men, or do you attract more weaker men?
Well, no, I'm married nearly 9 years.
Okay.
My husband is an incredible human being, very strong, but understands and has grown more to understand that his strength is in my strength. That he is a stronger man by allowing me to flourish in my strength, not to try and suppress me, or to, as I was saying before, understanding that that me spreading my wings doesn't create any shadow for him. And so it's a journey. I'm not going to lie and say that, oh, it's brilliant and he loves it, and there are things about men that they want out of their women, but I have to be me, and that's the most important thing. He has to be him. And so but as somebody who, I have very strong Christian faith, I think it's really important for me, to understand that there is a real opportunity for us to give and serve and love one another in our relationship and propel each other to better places.
Okay, so as we're concluding, that's awesome. I think our audience would really get some benefit from your philosophy and your enthusiasm. How could they contact you? I know you have an email list.
Yes, I do.
Why don't you tell our listeners how?
I'm just putting up the pages to sign up to the list if there are any women out there really interested. But you can contact me at my email address, which is yinka.ewala@calasuccess.com. I will spell it out for Wendy so that she can put it on the screen or something. But yeah, it's just my name, my first name dot my surname @calasuccess.com. That's how you can get hold of me.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to completing this workshop with you.
Thanks, Wendy.